Welcome to the WION podcast. Today, we're doing a deep dive into something pretty important, atrial fibrillation, or AFib, as it's known.
That's right.
It gets called a silent killer sometimes, which sounds serious, mainly because, well, often people don't even realize they have it.
Exactly. And some new findings are really shedding light on just how common it might be.
Okay, so, more common than we thought. What are we talking about here? Like, how widespread is it?
Well, the data points towards roughly 1 in 3 adults experiencing AFib at some point.
1 in 3. Wow, okay. I thought previous estimates were lower.
They were more like 1 in 4. So this 1 in 3 figure is definitely a step up and something to pay attention to.
Now, the silent part means no obvious signs.
Often, yes. Or the signs are very subtle. You might not feel anything wrong, which is, part of the danger. You really need specific tests to catch it sometime.
Right, like an ECG or something.
Precisely.
So, if it's silent but common, what are the actual risks? Why the killer label?
Well, the risks are quite serious. The data highlights that people diagnosed with AFib have a much higher chance of developing heart failure.
How much higher?
We're looking at maybe up to 2 out of every 5 patients with AFib potentially developing heart failure.
2 in 5. That's significant.
It is, and there's also a considerable risk of stroke. About 1 in 5 people with AFib might experience one.
Okay, so heart failure and stroke. Definitely serious outcomes.
Absolutely.
Now, I heard something about this changing over time. Is the risk going up?
It seems so, yes. Looking back, comparing, say, the 2000s to the decade from 2011 onwards, the lifetime risk of someone developing AFib appears to have increased.
Increased by how much?
It went from about 24% lifetime risk in the earlier period to around the 31% more recently.
31% lifetime risk now. That's quite a jump. Any idea why?
That's the big question, isn't it? It suggests we need to look more closely at, lifestyle factors, other health trends, what might be contributing.
Makes sense. Did the findings show if it affects everyone equally? Or are some groups more at risk?
There seems to be a slight difference. Men appear to have a somewhat higher risk of developing AFib compared to women.
Okay, so slightly higher risk for men.
Mm-hmm.
So just to recap,
Mm-hmm.
it's more common than we thought. Maybe 1 in 3 adults, often silent, carries major risks like heart failure and stroke. The lifetime risk is actually increasing, and men might be slightly more prone.
That sums it up pretty well, yeah.
It really is quite eye-opening, isn't it? Learning about something so widespread that often just flies under the radar.
It really underscores the importance of awareness and PrEP screening in some cases.
Yeah, absolutely. And the good news is it can often be managed, right? Through lifestyle medication.
Oh, definitely. There are effective ways to manage AFib, reduce the risks, and help restore a normal heart rhythm. It's not all bad news.
That's good to hear. Well, hopefully this deep dive has shed some useful light on why being aware of these kinds of silent health risks is so important. Stay tuned for more such intriguing stories to come on the WION podcast.